She clearly had an issue. What they're calling is a divorce from the team. I don't know what's going to happen for her next, but this is like your third team.
I'm going to say this.
So, I mean, do you think her career's over?
It's the Allen Iverson effect. You remember how good Allen Iverson was towards the end of his career when he was like 32, 33.
Yeah.
And I said, yo, he should be playing till he's like late 30s. And then no team wanted to pick him up. And I was like, nah, he's like 34. He got game left. Made that reputation. Not saying it was all his fault. Getting into stuff behind the scenes. People coming out saying, I think it was during that stint in Detroit where he wasn't quite in shape, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yo, they just quit on him. Nobody picked him up. So going to Liz Cambage, and I'm just going off the reports I'm reading, with the situation she got into, and then the way she quit the team, like just wanted out after leaving Las Vegas. How old is Cambage, if we look her up real quick?
I think she's in her early 30s. Yeah.
So coming up, pulled her up. She's 30 years old. She's still young.
Yeah.
Still young. Still has time. Here's the situation. As you get older and you start in any sport, start bouncing around from team to team, and baggage starts to come with you, owners are looking for a way to punish you. And we talked about this.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying her skill set isn't needed. She's 6'9". Great post player, bullies people in the post, grab rebounds, block shots. When she's on, she's on. She's pretty much unstoppable from that post.
Right.
But I didn't like the stuff I was hearing. Outside of the locker room stuff, let me say this, and maybe some people might not like this. I didn't like that. I can't curse. I didn't like that SHIT. Matter of fact, we couldn't curse. I didn't like that shit that happened between her and the Nigerian team. So reports came out, like even outside of that, like she called the Nigerian player a monkey and told her to go back to her third world country.
Oh, I didn't even know that part. I knew go back to, I didn't know she
I'll say allegedly so I don't get sued.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hold up. Let me scratch my head for a minute. Isn't Liz Cambage half Nigerian? Like, how dare you? I don't care if I get blocked on social media, but if that situation was true, how effing dare you?
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole nother topic, but because I don't want to ramble on for 30 minutes calling somebody a monkey, telling them to go back to their third world country, and you're half Nigerian yourself. Whole nother topic. But when you have that coming behind you, and then you're quitting on teams, how do you expect an owner in a league justify signing you, especially in a league where players are severely underpaid? We all talk about this. The W players should not be getting paid $140,000. They should be making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
Right.
So you want an owner who's already being cheap, who's already not paying women their worth because the W players need to get paid. You want them to justify signing you to a $150,000 contract. They're looking for any reason to not sign you. They're looking for any reason to not sign you, and you're giving it to them. So what do you think the owner's going to do? Yeah, there's going to be some, like me, you said, there's going to be some owner out there that's like, well, maybe she's the last piece to our championship roster. Okay, until she comes into the locker room, you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
So then what are you going to do? She comes in the locker room, get into one of your star players, then what? She's the last piece to blowing up your team now?
Yeah.
She calls some other player a monkey, then and that player punches. Because what I really wanted to say, going back to that Olympian situation where her allegedly calling somebody a monkey is, okay, then you're going to have a whole bunch of girls in a W that's going to punch you in your face. Then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
The smoke, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure if you try that to Aja Wilson, she's going to knock your block off.
Yeah.
Then what? So she's pretty much put herself in a situation where she might be out of the league, as good as she is.
Yeah, to kind of go off of what you're saying, your sentiments. I just think, what a lot of people don't also bring up is that, Vegas let her walk out the door. They had no problems letting her walk out the door. When she didn't go in that bubble, they made it to the finals. And then when they let her walk out the door this season, unless they just have some epic collapse, they're looking like they're on their way towards the finals. So even if let's just say hypothetically, whether they win or lose or not, but meaning, in other words, they're going further without her than with her. That's saying a lot. So LA gives you a chance. Once again, we go over the names. Jordan Canada, Boom McKay sisters, Katie Lou Samuelson.
Great players.
Chelsea Gray. Not Chelsea Gray. I'm sorry. Chelsea Gray left too. I'm sorry. So, great players, yes. You have all these players.
The Boom McKay sisters, you named them?
Yeah, Boom McKay sisters, Tolliver, all of them, right? You have all these players. Y'all should have been, before they fired Fisher, they were down in the bottom. And then when they let him go, they started winning. They started playing up to their potential. Y'all should be behind Vegas or over Vegas. Y'all are barely, I think they're in 5th place in the conference. So that puts them probably somewhere. They're not even, they're hoping they'll get a playoff spot if they win.
It's alive with this victory.
Yeah, they're on a lifeline. Not with those names on that bench. You should not that names on that roster. You shouldn't be at that position. You get where I'm going with that? So I don't know. And then you everywhere you go, you've never really elevated a team. You might make the playoffs, but that's about as good as you're going to do. For whatever reason, it just don't work. It don't work. So this is your 3rd team. You didn't want it. You wanted out of Dallas. You didn't want nothing to do with them. Vegas said, "Yo, we good," and now LA said, "Yo, we gonna let you walk out too."
As good as you are, owners are gonna look for any reason to not pay you in a league where the W is already underpaid. I'll keep saying this all podcasts. I'm one of the men that actually want to see the multi-million-dollar contract for the players. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get an argument with me on that one. The W players need to get paid. So you're in a league and you're giving these stingy-ass coaches any reason to not pay. They're looking for a reason to say, okay, go across season, make your money. We don't got to deal with this.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
They're already looking, they're trying to expand the teams, but there's a whole bunch of players coming out of college that, as we saw, didn't even make the roster, and players getting cut.
Yeah.
That's also the second flip side to that question.
Yeah.
We saw T. Cooper get cut, and I was like, why did she get cut? We saw a whole bunch of other players get cut. The league isn't even big enough to house all the players that need to be in it. That's the second reason outside the pay. So again, you're giving these owners every reason to keep you out of the league. Maybe she doesn't want to be in the league. I don't know. But from the way she's allegedly acting in locker rooms, the way she's allegedly calling people monkeys off the court and telling them to go back to, I'm going to keep saying that. Don't care if I get blocked on Twitter. Allegedly. Yeah, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to isolate yourself. Players in locker rooms aren't going to want to deal with you. Ownership isn't going to want to deal with you. And as good as you are, where you should be in the league another 5, 6, 7 seasons, you're probably going to be out the league a lot earlier than what you should be, a la Allen Iverson. That's my take on that.